joined here today by triple threat herself, Taneisha Tennant, coming off the triple victories at the Invicta FC tournament. Thanks so much for joining me. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. First things first, I believe you're coming out of New York. What's going on in New York right now with the coronavirus?
Um, well, I didn't hear too much stuff. I heard there's maybe like 2 deaths or so. I've been in Kansas. I haven't really been watching the news to tell you the truth.
So you're not stuck being quarantined at home yet or anything crazy like that?
No, nothing like that. I've been home, but no, I'm not really too concerned. As a matter of fact, I go back to work tonight to my nursing job, so I get some free masks over there, so I'm not too worried.
Sounds good. Before we get into the tournament and everything, I do want to. You mentioned your other job that you have. How is it for juggling sort of this job along with your fighting career?
Well, before I was full time. I worked the night shift, so it was quite difficult training as hard as I have to train, and then going to work at night. It was rough. But recently I quit my full time position and I'm just working per diem now. So when another fight camp comes along, I'll take a little time off. hmm
So is there a plan in place to eventually try to go full time into fighting, or is it just kind of going with the flow and seeing what works for you financially?
Yes, that's the plan. To do it full time, just fighting full time. But I'm not at that stage yet. Hopefully, with a few more good paychecks, I'll be more financially independent on my fighting alone.
All right, for sure. Let's talk about this tournament a little bit because it's kind of a unique format. You have two exhibition fights. You go on to the final and everything. First things first, how is it preparing for something like this? Because you don't know if you're going to have multiple fights. You have all these different opponents. How is preparation for this tournament?
Let's see, preparation. It was very hard. I have to admit. It was constant like training. I literally trained like every day. And then, like I said, I had to quit my job, well, full-time position, because it
Right.
was just way too much. Like, there was no time for my body to heal, no time for me to sleep. So that's one of the reasons why I quit full-time, because it was literally just training every day, like 2, 3 times a day. Like all aspects, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, a lot of jiu-jitsu, you know, yeah, and a lot of cardio and so forth. I like to swim.
When you're going through a training camp like this, are you preparing for a specific opponent, or is it just about making sure that mentally and physically you're ready for whoever you're up against?
Yeah, basically, okay, so I got the list of girls, right? So I
Right.
watch at least like a fight or like a round of each person that was in the tournament. And we got like a basic idea of what they like to do and their styles. Some are like aggressive, forward action fighters. Some, does the karate and does the kicks and this and that. So we got a few people, few specific people, you know, to help me with my camp. A few karate people, a few pressure fighters and wrestlers. Um, but overall, it's just been like I've just been training everything. I haven't really been too specific for the most part. Yeah.
And so what was your reaction when Invicta came to you and asked you to be in this tournament? I mean, was there any doubt, any hesitation? 'Cause we know it is a very unique format, or was it just, yeah, let's do it?
Um, when I first got the call, they said they wanted me to do it. I thought it would be for the title, for the belt, because there was no champion at that time. I'm talking about in the early stages when they first, told me
Right.
they wanted me to do it. So I was like, hell yeah, if it's for the belt, of course.
Yeah.
And then I found out later it wasn't for the title, and it was also exhibition matches instead of like those two first fights. It was going to be on your record. So
Right.
I was like, huh. So like if I don't, I could like literally fight twice potentially, and then like it would be like for nothing, and just like for experience, I guess. But yeah, so I just had to make sure I win, so I could at least get a round, a fight on my record, and the money and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did want to be in the tournament. I thought it would be different, but yeah, I definitely wanted to be in it. So I'm glad they chose me.
And you mentioned the fact that it's an exhibition bout, so it officially doesn't go on your professional record. I mean, now that you won 3 fights, this could have been 3 fights added to your record. Instead, it's just one. Is that something that now bothers you, or are you just happy that, you know what, you did get the victories and you did get that extra experience?
Well, it doesn't bother me because, like I said, I thought it would be on your record in the beginning, but yeah, they told me it wasn't. So I went in this competition knowing it wasn't going to be on my record. So no, it doesn't bother me, not at all. It's just like it's just I got a lot of experience that night. I got to work with the different styles, and it was fun. That's about it. Yeah, I'm not upset at all.
And so looking at this sort of fight by fight, because there were all 3 of them. You start off, you've got Brittany Victoria. You beat her by unanimous decision. How do you look back at your performance in that fight?
Honestly, I wish I would have got the finish. Like, I really took my time. Like, I really took my time, and I didn't. I could have finished. Let's just put it like that. I could have finished, and I didn't push the gas. Even though like I had so much gas, I literally could have won another 5 rounds after the whole tournament was over. But yeah, I guess I know for next time. So like I said, I'm 3-0, so it's a learning experience. So next time I'll just have to make sure to finish because it bothers me. It really does bother me that I didn't finish because I'm like naturally a finisher. Like I might take my time, but I go in for the kill. But I didn't do that this tournament, unfortunately. But that's okay.
So you do finish this fight with Victoria. Tell me, how do you feel mentally and physically coming out of there? Because we do know that you have to be ready for another fight. There's the potential for the adrenaline dump. What's kind of happening as soon as you finish that fight?
As soon as I finish that fight, well, that first fight, it definitely gave me confidence because, we're the top up and coming girls, right?
Right.
So I finished that fight pretty easily. I was like moving, grooving, basically jamming to the rhythm. But yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question?
How did you feel mentally and physically coming out of that fight?
Oh yeah. So yeah, after that, I felt pretty good. I didn't really celebrate too much because I knew like I had 2 more fights. So I was just like I tried to stay relaxed, stay calm, because as you said, the adrenaline dump and all that. Yeah, I purposely keep myself calm, at all times. Not even just for this tournament, but in general, because there's no reason to expend extra energy when you need it for the fight. Mm-hmm.
And so then after that, you fight Hope Chase. What's going on in the back to make sure that you are ready for this fight? I mean, are you doing anything for recovery? Are you just trying to stay sharp? I mean, what's going on in between these fights?
Let's see what happened. Well, they lined us up to do the drawings, so that's the first thing. That's the first thing we did. We did the drawings, and I knew I was fighting Hope Chase. And then me and my team went back, sat, and we talked about the game plan for her. And I saw Hope Chase fight right before my fight. Just a little clips, but I saw all I needed to see to make me feel confident. Like when I saw what I needed to see, I was like, oh, okay. And then my team also added to that of what I want, what the game plan, what I needed to do. So yeah, I was good. I just kept relaxed, and I was just waiting for for me to be called.
And so you go out there, you beat Chase by unanimous decision. You go on to the finals against Guardado. How's your confidence at this point? I assume you've got 2 wins back to back like that. You've got to feel pretty confident going into that final fight.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I was moving and grooving the entire competition. Like if I looked confident at the end of each round, that's because I was. Like if the judges saw what really happened, because on TV it looks a little different, but if you're there and if you actually don't have your phone in your hand, you actually watch. Like I literally didn't get touched. I literally didn't get touched, and I just implemented my game. Like I did everything I wanted to do. Yeah, so I was confident. Like Hope Chase, like she literally, I think she might have hit me once, but other than that, like, so those elbows, I was rocking with those elbows on the cage. Yeah, I was very confident. I was confident. And going into that last fight, I was also very confident because it was like this one last person. There's no way this one last person is keeping me away from victory, keeping me away from the money. It just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. And based on the little bit I saw of her overall stand up and wrestling, it wasn't happening. I trained with the best of the best. It's not happening. And yeah, that's just was my mindset. If I was relaxing before, I was super relaxed this last fight. I was just like, I was good, basically.
So you go out there, you beat Guardado, another unanimous decision win.
Yeah.
What does this win do for yourself at this point in your career? I mean, just winning this whole tournament and everything.
Well, I feel like it gives me a little voice, a little buying power, a little, negotiating power. So, and it puts a bit of eyes on me. The people who matter, I know they see me. They could pretend I might not have finished, but they say styles make fights, and I'm a natural finisher, which they will see. My first pro fight was a finish. Like I'm a natural finisher, but like I said, this was a different type of thing. So, yeah, I think it puts me in title contentions, and maybe the contender series or something. I think the right eyes are looking at me. The fighters' eyes are looking at me, which I like. Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, you mentioned that going into the tournament, at first you thought it might be for the belt. Now that you've won the tournament, has there been any official talks about the belt, or is that just something that you're going to have to wait and see?
Well, I'm going to wait and see. And I also want to take a little time just to clean up some things, to work on a few things. Like I want to make sure the next fight that I have is a finish. 1 second. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I just want to make sure the next fight is a finish. So I just want to work on a few things just to really be the killer I know I am.
For sure. Just one last question, and then we'll let you go. It sounds like someone's coming for you. Kind of a two-part question. When do you think we'll see you fight again, and ideally, who do you want next?
Let's see. Who do I want next? I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave that up to my team. My team could pick whoever they think is right. But ideally, probably like in May or June, something like that.
All right, sounds good. We look forward to seeing you back out there again. Congratulations on the win of the tournament, and thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me. See you later.